I hate to say that I told you so. Actually, I don't really hate it. I did tell you so. Mark Carney is a pathological liar. Now, I made a video on this. It was like right before the election, maybe like 2 days before the election. I made a video talking about how Mark Carney is a habitual pathological liar. In that video, I gave numerous examples of things he lied about, all of which I think were during the campaign. And despite that, I had liberals in the comment section argue with me and insist he was still the best man for the job. Carney went down and had his meeting with Trump, and he's already done a complete 180 on how he said he was going to deal with Trump. A big part of the reason why liberals voted for Carney and didn't even consider going with the conservatives was that Carney was supposed to be this tough businessman. He was going to be the one that could negotiate with Trump and be tough on Trump. And he was going to be the one that wouldn't let Trump walk all over us and do whatever he wanted. So then he goes down and has this meeting with Trump, and Trump just walks all over him. Now, overall, I don't think he did horribly in his meeting with Trump. But the point I'm trying to make here is that's not what he promised. You guys didn't vote for him to go over there and brown-nose Trump. And to be honest, if Pierre had been elected prime minister and gone over there and acted this way, the mainstream media would have been all over him for being weak. The liberals would have been all over him for being weak. But instead, the mainstream media and you liberals who are suffering from Stockholm syndrome, you guys are spinning this like it's some sort of giant victory. Oh, Carney couldn't have done any better. He played it perfectly.
Is there anything he could say to you in the course of your meetings with him today that would get you to lift tariffs on Canada?
No.
Why not?
Just the way it is.
What's the first state?
Yeah.
If Canadians don't want it, would you respect that?
Sure, I would. But this is not necessarily a one-day deal. This is over a period of time they have to make that decision. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may.
There's people on X who are saying, this is exactly why we voted for Carney. What, so he could go over there and brown nose? That's not what he promised you guys. You voted him in because you guys have TDS and you hate Trump. And he was supposed to be tough on Trump.
We will respond forcefully. Nothing is off the table to defend our workers and our country.
To our sovereignty. Yeah. I like this room. I like this room. It sounds because I tried to channel some of that when I spoke to him last week.
In a crisis, it's important to come together, and it's essential to act with purpose and with force.
You want to know what actually happened? Exactly what I said would happen. Carney and the liberals told you exactly what they needed to tell you to get your vote. And now that they've got your vote, they're going to go and do exactly what the last liberal government did, whatever they want. So don't be surprised if most of the other promises he made fall through. About the only promise that he made that I think he'll fall through on is blowing all the money in that budget that he put up. I think he'll actually outdo himself on that. And just for once, can you liberals admit that you were wrong? And like this is like the biggest problem I have with trying to have a conversation with people that are hardcore liberals. It's not all of you, I know that. But the people that are like, will never vote for anybody but liberal, the biggest problem I have with you guys is no matter how much evidence we bring, no matter how right we are, even if we called it. And go back, here's the thing, go back and watch a lot of my old videos if you don't believe me. Even if we called it, you guys will never concede even one time that you guys were wrong. You just switch over and say, this is exactly what we wanted. No, it's not. You guys are drinking the copium. You're overdosing on copium. Somehow, this is a victory. Him going over there and getting walked all over, right? He sat there and didn't say a thing while Trump lied about the economy, said he didn't need anything from Canada, and then talk trash about Chrystia Freeland.
I won't say this about Mark, but I didn't like his predecessor. I didn't like a person that worked for. She was terrible, actually. She was a terrible person. And she really hurt that deal very badly because she tried to take advantage of the deal and she didn't get away with it. You know what I'm talking about. But so, you know, we had a bad relationship having to do with the fact that we disagreed with the way they viewed the deal. And we ended it. You know, we ended that relationship pretty much.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Chrystia Freeland. I actually did a video where I talk about her and Mark Carney being WEF shills and their connections to the WEF. I'm not a fan of either of them. To be clear, Mark Carney is the godfather of Chrystia Freeland's child, and she's in his cabinet, and he just sat there and didn't say a thing while Trump talked trash about her? That's a beta male move, guys. I thought Carney was supposed to be this tough, this smart, tough businessman that was going to go head to head with Trump. But go back and watch some of my other videos. I made videos on how Carney and Doug Ford shouldn't be ratcheting up the trade war with Trump, that it was an unwinnable fight. But back then, you guys were all for it because it felt good. Not because it was the correct move, because it felt good. Now that Carney's got your vote, now he's doing the correct move, and you guys are defending it. You guys are unbelievable. Just for once, will you guys admit that you got played like a flute? Because you did.